Welcome to the GameChanger00100 show. Um, I'm your host, GameChanger, and today we are going to talk about a woman who left her kids, who left two of her three kids in a hotel room while she goes to work. Now, I want to make something clear. I want everybody to know that I think she didn't do much wrong by previous standards. And what do I mean by that? So there was a time where a 9-year-old was considered responsible enough to watch over a 2-year-old. I remember being babysat by someone of similar age, and I get it. I understand. That was something that was commonly done. That, especially in the Black community, that's just, they felt that a 9-year-old was mature enough to do so. Now, I don't know if that's something that happened in other communities. I do know that it's something that happened in ours. But times change. There's certain things a man could say in the workplace in 1982 that he can't say in 2021. There are certain things that would be considered just regular fun, like maybe a fight in school or something like that. Now it's considered assault, and you can go to juvenile hall for that. Times change and society becomes more liberal. Laws change, and the way people perceive things also change. Or do they? What we have here is two societies clashing. We have Black society clashing with white society. There was a time where the two worked in harmony together. And by harmony, I meant white people giving Black people shit. And Black people, particularly Black women, take the shit, enjoy it, claim it as their own, and then say that they're better than everybody else that don't have the shit that was given to them. Like a government job, for example. So this, what is it? Shaina Bell is 24 years old. She has 3 kids. The ages are as follows: 9, 7, and 3. Now, some report says that that one is 10 and 2. I don't know. I'm just going off of WKBN 27. But that would mean that she had these kids when she was 14 years old. Her first kid she had when she was 14 years old. And she went back for more. She said, you know something? I want more. I'm a teen mother. I have a 1.5-year-old. I am going to take another raw penis. What's the worst that can happen, right? 7 years from now, I'll wind up in a hotel. I don't actually have a place to live. And I'm working at Little Caesars with no one to babysit my kids. What's the worst that can happen, right? And then 3 years ago, she said to herself, you know something? My life is perfect right now. I'm 21. I have the right to drink. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. You want to know what I could really use in my life right now? another kid. Because one day I'm pretty sure Little Caesars is going to hire me. This week I'm mopping floors. Next week I'm sweeping rugs. This is the smartest thing I can do. And you know something? It was. It was. Talk all the crap you want to. Here we have a young woman who understood that no matter what, either the community or the government will protect her. Now, fellas, be clear about something. When they talk about leadership and protection, this is the type of shit they're talking about. They're not talking about physical protection. They're not talking about leadership of your own household. They're talking about protecting women like this from their own stupidity. And trust me, it's infinite. They're talking about protect her. One of the dumbest people imaginable. It's like a rare species of zebra that tries to have sex with lions. And it's up to humans to protect such a creature from its own stupidity. That's what it's like. Some things just, it's like, oh no, I'm not going to protect that. Why would you protect something like that? It's like protecting like a tree that makes its own fire. Why would you protect that? The dodo bird was a dodo. And there it go. The saber-toothed tiger never brushed, and the woolly mammoth was just oh so delicious. Like some things just go. But they want you to protect it from its own stupidity. And said protection will breed and generate more stupidity. How many other young girls feel more confident now? How many other 14-year-olds, actually 13 when the child was conceived, feel more confident now? Such and such will protect me. The black man who I am not with will protect me. Because that's just what they do. One way or another, they pay for other people's kids. And if not, I'm going to call them a beta male coon. And they don't want to be called that, right? Ever notice that when they put black man against white man, it's always a matter of who is giving us more free shit? Think about it. They go to black man, y'all not protecting us. Y'all not protecting us from white supremacy and the evil white man and Harriet Tubman, and y'all not protecting us and wham. And then at the same time, they go to the white man, oh, cheat and beat, and they're all in jail. They don't graduate high school, and they make us whores with their big penises. Give me money, give me this, give me that, give me. And then when one side says, bitch, you're going to jail now, she pleads to the other side. And today, or at least in recent story, that side was the black side. And the side that said, bitch, you going to jail, was the white side. They said, I am sick of your shit. We have spent generations giving you welfare, free daycare, free housing, free this, free that. And all we ask is that you raise your own motherfucking kids. And you are not doing that. Are you? Are you? Are you? Nope. You are not doing that. They're saying, listen, all we want you to do is raise your kids. That's it. We give you everything. We pay your rent. We buy your clothes. We pay your education. You don't even have to work. And you F that up. You find some type of way to F that up. Now, I want to point out something. First of all, Michael, thanks a lot. I appreciate the super sticker. And hold on. Sick Lid says, shout out to Sweet Melody Speaks. Love your new name. Thank you. Shout out to Sweet Melody Speaks. Check our channel out, people. They do everything, and yet you still find yourself in this predicament? Now, I don't know much about modern welfare. I do know that it changed significantly when right around the time I became an adult. Meaning that it only covers 2 kids for up to 5 years. Once again, 2 kids, 5 years. Before that, I do remember women having a bunch of kids and getting, the check was compounded per kid. So this woman had 2 kids. And I'm pretty sure by the time she exhausted her 5 years for the second one, she said, you know something? I'm going to play chicken with the United States government. I'm going to have just one more kid and see if they will cover me. Excuse me. I meant cover the kid. And it seems like they didn't, because she wound up in a hotel with 2 of them. Now, the middle kid, the 7-year-old, was with the father. The 7-year-old was with the father. Meaning that 7-year-old, the middle one, had a different father than the other 2. So there's at least 2 fathers at play here. Now, if the oldest and the youngest are of the same father, then that means that at 14, she got with somebody, 2 years later, had a baby with somebody else, and then got with the previous one. But it's more likely that it's just 3 different dads. My 3 dads. So she's in the hotel with 2 kids, one of whom is with the dad. Another one of the kids' dad called the authorities and reported child neglect. If I had to guess, it was probably the father of the youngest. And rightly so. He has a right to say, and I'm sure he's on child support. I'm sure he is on child support. I'm sure he is made to pay child support. And said, this is neglect. I'm paying for my child to be watched by its parent. The one that the court said was the fit one, the one that the court said was the responsible one. This is the responsible parent, family court said. A child needs his mother, not its big sister. A child needs his mother, the court said. Hold on. Serious question, Game Changer. Are you an incel? Yes. The child needs his mother, the court said. But the child didn't have its mother. Little Caesars had an employee, but the child didn't have its mother at that time. So, called the cops. The cops go, arrest the mother, and then took those two kids and gave those kids back to the father. Now, what does that mean? That means that this woman's kids' fathers were available. The fathers were available, fit, and responsible. Notice that the kids didn't wind up in the system. No. All the fathers were at home. The fathers were at home, capable of looking after the kids while she went to work, and she still made this decision. The fathers are at home and capable. The fathers have a home, and she still made the decision to take the kids to a Motel 6. Exactly. She was being vindictive. She's like, I am going to let the kids suffer and have my kid be taken care of by a 9-year-old because I don't want the father to have them. Even though I don't have them, I'm going to let the father not have them. I'm going to revel while I'm working at Little Caesars and enjoying the fact that the father is not gaining access to his own kids. And he knows it. I'm going to make sure he knows it. So he called the cops because that's what he can do. Anything less will be kidnapping. And now he has a case to get custody of his own kid. And I hope that the middle one gets it. He has a chance to be a father of his own kid. And happiness will prevail. In fact, all three of these fathers would have a chance to be a father to their own kid. And happiness prevails, right? But it doesn't. Because something happened. The community intervened. The community felt that they should help, that they should interfere in this endeavor. The community stepped in. And then the community said, you know something? This woman, these kids, they deserve stuff. So let's give them stuff to assure that she gains custody of the kids. This is a woman that obviously don't have any money. She don't have any money. It's not her fault she don't have any money. So please give her some money because she don't have any money. I mean, what is she going to do? Not have kids? Well, yeah, that's actually a good idea. No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea because 14-year-olds need to get pregnant. Actually, no, yes, they do. Where I live, the government pays the bills at these hotels for these single mothers. Okay, so I mean, they're paying so they can be mothers. Like that's what they're paying for. It's kind of like paying a babysitter. You're paying somebody to sit with the baby, and then you come home and the babysitter is on OnlyFans. It's like you're not moonlighting, you're doing two jobs at once. They're paying you so you don't work. Thanks a lot, Cichlid. They're paying you so you don't work. This is the don't go to work payment that you get. Here's a place to live, here's food stamps, and here's clothing, and here's all this stuff so you don't have to pay. But you want hair dye. You need hair dye. So and the government's not paying for your pink hair dye. Pink dye number 5. They're not paying for that. So you go out and work. And this arrest is the government's way of saying, I told your ass not to work. We're paying you because we assume that you were in a position to where you could not work. But that's not the case. You are in a position where you are not only capable, you are in a privileged position. You are in the same position that people work their entire life for. Think about this. If you ask a person, regular person, not like a high value balling dude, but just a regular, person punching a clock every day, right? And you ask them, why do you work? Well, I work to make money to support myself so one day I don't have to work. And if you ask a chick with kids who's supported by the government, they say, I don't have to work because right now the government supports me. They're already retired. They start off retired. She was born retired. Before she was even an adult, she was already retiring. She was prepared for retirement at that stage in her life. But the condition, just like if somebody puts you on unemployment, you have to be unemployed. You have to not be working in order to get these benefits. So the father stepped in and said, this is an unfit mother, and the community protected her because this is the type of protection that they want. They protected her. When Cynthia G says, where's the collective protection? This is what they're talking about. How come you don't give single mothers hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's what they mean by protection. It's not enough of this. Oh, I'll submit as soon as you pay me for being single. Because that's another thing that they're paid to do. They're given provisions just to say, I don't need a man. But you do. This is what you have is the collective effort of men. The money you have now is the collective effort of men. And it shows the extent that you would go to be independent. Now, let's do prior to the $148,000. Let's do prior to the $148,000. And I want to show y'all the extent that she would go through to not get a sandwich. The extent that she would go through to not get a sandwich. She'd do anything to not get a sandwich. Her father told her to get a sandwich and she got a baby instead. just so she could leave the nest early. Hey, go get me a sandwich. Huh? And she came back with a baby 9 months later. Every time somebody said sandwich, she said baby. She's even making pizza so she don't have to make a sandwich. Living in a hotel with no babysitter, making pizzas by day. And trust me, this isn't the only time that this happened. This is just the first time she got caught. She went to work every day doing this. She went to work every day. This was a pattern. And I'm pretty sure some days, the 9-year-old wasn't there. The 9-year-old was probably off with her father. And she just parked the 3-year-old in front of the TV. Or she had the 7-year-old take care of it. This was the day that she was caught. Now, how much? Thanks a lot, Sweet Melody Speaks. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. How much stuff do you think she is not announcing? Like the news media is not announcing. How much stuff? Like, do you think she might have past arrest? How many skeletons in her closet do you think that they are avoiding? No, her father, the grandfather, was somebody. Somebody demanded a sandwich, and she is dedicating her life to not getting sandwiches. She wound up in jail saying, I still didn't get a sandwich. This is the extent that they would go through to not submit. This is what they would do so they could say, okay. Y'all remember that scene from Life? When Big Country was like, you gonna eat that cornbread? And then Eddie Murphy told him not to give him his cornbread because next thing you know, he'll be giving him other stuff. And then Big Country said to Eddie Murphy, maybe I ought to eat your cornbread. And Eddie Murphy was like, nah, nigga, you can't have this cornbread. If you try to take my cornbread, part 2 of this my killing spree, it's gonna begin here on your ass. Cause I don't play that shit. And then they fought, and Eddie Murphy lost. Picked him up, and then Eddie Murphy said, "At least they didn't get my cornbread." That's what she's saying right now. At least I didn't get no sandwich. She dedicated her life to drudgery and despair, praying for the day that the community bail her out. And they did. And 5 years from now, she's going to be this strong, independent woman. Oh, you think she's going to mention this? You think she's going to mention this? You think she's going to? First of all, where's the thank you? I just read the story. Wasn't a thank you in it. I just read the interview. Wasn't a thank you in it. So say she buys a house, right? She buys a house and it just so happens to be in an up and coming area. So at 24, imagine everybody, imagine how different your life would be if at 24 you inherited, $148,000 from a distant uncle. Just imagine, those of you who bought a house at that age, just imagine if that chunk was taken out of your mortgage, your student loan, anything. Say you buy a house and then like it appreciates in value. 5 years later, and then you sell that, and you get another, and you made yourself, and now you have a home and an additional couple 100,000. And then she's going to be 29 with 3 kids talking about my level. Oh, and by that age, she just might be a grandma. But, she's going to be talking about my level. I own my own home. I got $100,000 in the bank. I can't find a guy that's on my level. They're getting all this stuff and then blame you for not having the stuff that you gave to them. Y'all see, people, what's going on here, fellas? This is not only where your taxpayer money goes, even when you stop paying taxes, they still benefit from this infinite well of free shit. But you know something? This is a good thing. This is a good thing. I want this to happen. I want this to continue to happen. The more of this shit, the merrier. I hope that next month, 5 more women do the exact same thing. And between all of them, they get $1 million. I hope for that. I pray for it. I do. I want more of this. Because that's what it's going to take. People actually have to see it. People actually have to see that by paying into this, you're causing more of it. I always use this example. So when the British colonized parts of India, they noticed that they had a snake problem there, that India had a snake problem. So what the British did was they left it to the citizens. And they gave them money for snakeheads. Now, the logic being was that the Indian citizens would kill off all the snakes, and they have a financial incentive to do it. And this would stimulate the economy. They'll buy more British goods, so we'll get the money back anyway. That's what the thinking was. And one day, they'll kill the last snake. But what they found was that it was more snakes on the street. They thought that if they bought snake heads, that it would eliminate the snakes. Wrong. You know what the Indians did? They made snake farms. Oh, yes. The British made the problem worse. They made snake farms. Gosh. So paying for people to get rid of something actually made more of the thing that you tried to get rid of. Because people realize that once the thing that you're paying to get rid of is gone, you'll stop paying. See, you can't pay to get rid of poverty, because people know that once they're out of poverty, you'll stop paying. You can't pay to get rid of single motherhood, because people will realize that, if I wasn't a single mother, there's no payment. So that's what these people who donated are trying to do. And now they're going to make the problem worse, and I want them to pay again. And then the problem will get worse, and I want them to pay again. And then the problem will get worse. I want to see how long it takes for them to figure it out. Just like the British with the snakeheads. I want to see how long it takes for them to figure it out. And then you'll have a society that realizes that the problem isn't in the system. The problem is in the individuals in the system. Hold on, it was something I wanted to read off the article. Give me a second. Although she said, okay, at least she owned up to it. I never said blame on anybody for anything because at the end of the day, nobody left my kids in the hotel but me. True. You did an illegal act when responsible adults were around to take care of them. Read the children's father. I cried a couple of times since the situation started. I'm just trying to keep a level head and trying to stay strong because that's all I can do. Well, you could really, not only could you just like not do crap like that, you could give the custody to the fathers, but you don't want to give up that child support payment. A lot of people are saying hurtful things, but a lot of people are also being there for me, showing great support. I have over $100,000 in a GoFundMe account right now. I didn't ask for that. True, she didn't ask for it. Her mother asked for it. Keep in mind, her mother is a single mother too. But people gave it to me, and I'm just over appreciative to what's going on. The word is thank you. The word is thank you. Once again, Melly, thanks for the super chat. Oh, also, I got a couple offline cash apps. Y'all just send it to me when I'm not even here. I appreciate y'all. All right, so when I'm not even live. All right, hold on. Where's it at? All right, give me a second, y'all. All right, I'm gonna have to look at it later. I'll look at it before the stream's over. Because I get a lot of text messages and it gets... here it is. Never mind. All right, so I appreciate Sick Lid. I appreciate the $20 cash app, brother. Appreciate you. It says, for keeping your foot on these businesses' necks. I appreciate you a lot. And Eric said, for logic, rigor, and clarity. Appreciate you, Eric. Won't say your last name. All right, so where was I? So she's gonna use the money to buy a house for her children to live in and everything they need. This father ain't never getting custody. This father is never getting custody. Now, where is the public outcry when a man can't afford his child support? By current law, he's equally a deadbeat dad. I mean, one could classify her as a deadbeat mom. He would be classified as a deadbeat dad. He'd go to jail. And what do y'all think would happen if he set up a GoFundMe? A GoFundMe to get me out of jail for back child support. Please get me out of jail for back child support. On Melody's channel, it featured a man who was made to pay child support for a kid that wasn't even his. They had several cases like this. No GoFundMe, no wampum of money, no outpour from society to, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. A lawyer did offer to take the case pro bono, but that just makes him even. Like, the best he can get out of this is even. Is back wherever he started. He's not getting ahead with this. He won't even get the interest back on the money that he did pay if they paid the money back to him. Yeah. I mean, same situation. You just didn't have it. Same situation as her. She just didn't have it. But you see, in our community, we feel that if a woman doesn't have it, it's our responsibility to give it to her, whether she earns it or not, whether she deserves it or not. In our community, if she don't have it, we should give it to her. And if we don't, she'll remind us that it's our fault that slavery happened. And if we don't, she'll remind, or she'll tell Daddy Government that, she don't have it. Could you give it to us? At least the government is starting to catch on. At least the government is starting to roll back a lot of the entitlements. And no, I'm not talking about no Democrat or Republican thing, because, it was Clinton that came with the whole welfare to work thing. And, he did the major cuts to child support, or not child support, but to welfare. That was him. Brian, that's the game that they're playing. They're going to the black man and pointing to the white man, and then they're going to the white man and pointing to the black man. First, they go to the white man. Look at him. This brutish ape impregnated me with his big penis. I was just 14. He was 13. I was just 14. And then when they get tired of paying your ass, they go to the black man. Protection, protection. Oh, my protection. You got to protect me. The reason why I'm not getting you a sandwich is because you don't protect me. And now she has $148,000. And you think she's going to get somebody a sandwich? Nope. Nope. She done leveled up. She done leveled up. She is a single woman with 3 kids. She done leveled up now. In her brain, she is too good to get anybody a sandwich. Can't you see my hair is pink? I'm so fine. You should want to take care of me and my 3 kids. I have a house. I want a high value man because my hair is pink. They have been playing black against white since the day after slavery. Kind of like when parents are divorced, you play one against the other. Mama said she was going to give me a Nintendo. Oh, well, I'll get you a Sega. Then go back to Mama. Daddy said he was going to give me a Sega. Oh, well, I'll get you a Nintendo. But I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Like I say, in the old school rules, there's nothing really wrong with a 9-year-old watching after a 3-year-old. So, not even mad at that situation. Not even mad that the people gave her money for it. I'm actually kind of glad. Because I know that the black community don't have $100,000 for every single woman out there who does crap like this. I know that for a fact. And I know that if they start paying $100,000 plus for each and every single woman out there who asks for it, who behaves like this, then the black community will be broker than it already is. And I want to see them try. I want to see them try. I want them to donate to another one and another one and another one and another one and another one. Because one day they're going to say, oh, this is some bullshit. It seems like the more I donate, the more of these bitches come. You think? That is what they realized with welfare. It was like, oh, the more I pay, the more teenage mothers seem to pop up out of nowhere. The better the benefits, the more single mothers seem to pop out of nowhere. I appreciate the Cash App Eisen. No tax, no fees. I appreciate it. For dropping these factual gems, he says. Appreciate you, Eisen. Thanks a lot. Larry, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Once again, no tax, no fees with the Cash Apps. You said it just says sent you. So I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, actually, that's L Nixon. That's L Nixon. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I want the black community to get tired of this shit the same way the federal government has. That's what I want to see. I want to see the black community just get tired of it the same way that the federal government has, that the state government has. They're already tired of her. They're tired of her with an affirmative action. See, here's the thing. She was born at the wrong time. She was born in the late 90s. So she was born in a time where the federal government was already tired. If she was born in, say, I don't know, the 60s or so, early 60s or so, and she had did this crap in the 80s, she wouldn't have wound up in a hotel, and she wouldn't have been working at Little Caesars. She would have had a government job. She would have had a useless affirmative action government job. You want to know what she would have been doing? You know the gavel that the judge uses? She would have went to work each and every single day in a business suit, and every time the judge gavels, she would like polish the bottom of the gavel and polish that little stand that they put it on, and they would give her a salary. And that salary would be twice the salary of a U.S. Marine her same age. They had all kinds of bullshit government jobs like this. All kind. And these chicks think that they're doing something. Perfect example, right? ULTS. ULTS was my first internship, high school internship. And what it is free phone service for people who need it. I forget why they need it, if they were old, if they were blind. Here, let me look it up. Keep in mind, this was before cell phones. This was, like regular house phone. Hold on. It was Universal Lifeline telephone service. I remember that. But when I look it up, all kind of other stuff comes up. So maybe it's just gone. Maybe it's just gone now. But what it was you pay your phone bill, you pay your house phone bill, and on that bill was a bunch of stuff. Think of like a Obama phone, right? An Obama phone is bought to you by the people who actually pay their bills, who actually pay their AT&T bills. And then they take a cut of that and they put it towards Obama phones and shit. So it was kind of like that, but before Obama phones, right? And this is and it makes sense because old ladies need to be able to call 911 no matter what. So I get it. It's no shade to the thing. It's no shade to the system. And it also employed people like myself at the time. So I worked under these chicks, these black women. And I'm not going to lie, I wanted to fuck one of their daughters. I never met her daughter, but I seen a picture of her on her desk. I was thinking like, ooh, I'd fuck the shit out of her. That's what I was thinking as a young man. Anyway, I was working there and I was like, they're giving this woman money so they can have a way to give other people money. Appreciate the appreciate the super sticker, Michael. Thanks a lot. They're giving these people. Wait, what? Didn't I say I was a high school intern? She was my age. I was a high school intern. It was an after school program. I was filing stuff back in the days when people filed stuff with actual files and manila folders and shit like that. I was an intern. And I seen a picture of her daughter on it. I was thinking I wanted to fuck her. She didn't go to my school. I never met her. But from what I seen on the picture, why is that horrible? What's the WTF about? That's perfectly natural. Somebody out there probably sees your picture and want to fuck you. I don't know. Explain that one to me, Cheeks. Explain that one to me. So basically, what got me was that this was a case of black women getting paid to pay black women. And another thing, Cheeks, I'm not ashamed. I am not ashamed. That's not going to be the last daughter I want to fuck. A couple years ago, in fact, and she just turned 18. I was at a mechanic, not my usual mechanic, a black one this time, right? Because circumstances required that I go to the closest mechanic. I have a Mexican one that I trust, but circumstances required that I go to this black mechanic. And I was talking to him. It was a radiator leak. I guess I hit a rock or something in it, and it probably hit like the thing underneath it. So that's something you got to get taken care of quick before it causes all kind of other problems. And he was married. It was a black dude, but he was married to a white woman. He's married to a white woman. And out of nowhere, this white woman came, and she was attractive. And then this white young lady comes out in a cheerleading uniform. I looked, I was like, oh, damn. And he joked, he said, tell me my daughter ain't taller than me. And she was taller than him. And I laughed with him. I was like, yeah, I'm laughing because I don't want you to know I want to fuck your daughter. And he was like 18 years old and she taller than me. I was laughing awkwardly. I was like, yeah, I want to fuck your daughter. That's what I was thinking as I was laughing awkwardly. So what? I have no shame. I have no shame. It's legal. It's legal. You and your WTF. WTF yourself. Where was I with this chick? Yeah, so keep giving them money. I want them to exhaust the system. I want the well to run dry. Because right now, they tapped a whole well. And they're trying to tap another well. They're trying to tap into a whole, it's parasitical behavior. That's what it is. It's parasitical behavior. Having destroyed one community, they're looking for another community to destroy. Having absorbed all the resources from one place, they're trying to absorb all the resources from another. It's like a mosquito. They just imagine somebody dying from mosquitoes, right? They swarm you and they suck all of everything out of your blood, and then afterwards they don't say thank you. They don't do anything. They just go to the next thing and absorb it. It's parasitical behavior. I want these chicks to take every dollar from every single bleeding heart in the world until there's no more bleeding hearts. I want each of them. Yeah, I want you to take the last one, each and every single dollar out of the bleeding heart soul. Oh, that's what I was saying. So yeah, back in the day, this was the 90s. Back in that day, it was all kinds of jobs like this, and they were filled with the B-dub because this was before 1996 when they got rid of affirmative action in California, and then other states started following suit. Before then, I was a kid. I used to go to my mom with work to my mom's job when she made me. I hated going to my mom's job. Hated going to my mom's job. It's nothing but a bunch of fucking cheek pinching bitches. Just an office full of cheek pinching bitches. And I was Gary Coleman about the cheeks. I had to during the summertime, from time to time, I had to go to from time to time I had to go to my mom's job so she could show me off in front of her cheek pinchers and shit. Hated it. It was a bunch of people there not doing nothing. They admit they only work like 2 hours a day. And yes, it was government. In this case, it was the judicial branch. I'm not going to get into details of what exactly was going on, but it was in San Francisco. I love my dad's job. I love my dad's job. After the Air Force, my dad worked in aeronautics. I'm not going to say in specific what he did, but it was a lot of bubble wrapping shit around. And it was men there. It was men working there. It was a lot of stuff to do. It was a lot of bubble wrap. It was just stuff for a creative mind like mine to do. Besides getting my cheeks pinched. See, that was the glory days for chicks like this. That was the day to where they would walk out of high school and walk into a government building, and 2 weeks later walk out of that government building with a check. A substantial check. They were getting paid to fill up staplers. They were getting paid to sharpen pencils in an electric sharpener. They were getting paid to punch holes into paperwork using the 3-hole puncher. They were getting paid for stuff like that all the time. Sit there all the day, just stack of papers, punch, punch, punch. They were getting paid to lick envelopes. All these strong and independent women that you know, these boomers, these I don't need a man boomers, that's what the fuck they were doing. Medial office shit. And they were getting paid, and get this, they weren't even getting paid that much. They weren't even getting paid that much. But you know what they were doing? They were dressing up like executives, so they felt like executives, and they would go home to their husbands who installed, who tarred the roads, who directed traffic while other people tarred the roads, who jacked the hammers, who carried the luggage onto the airplanes. They would go home to their husbands and boyfriends, and even though the husbands and boyfriends made more money, they still looked down on them because they were just looking at the color of the collar, not the size of the paycheck. This is truth. They were looking at the color of the collars, not the size of the paycheck, because private industry pays more than the government. It simply does. And they actually thought, what that song say? You're cooler than me. They thought that they were cooler than them. See, that was the glory days when the government just gave and gave and gave and gave and gave. And in 1996, they was like, oh, fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, crap, I'm missing super chats. Hold up. All right, the RX says, greeting game changers. Question. In your opinion, are we at the point where men shouldn't have children anymore? In terms of children, women are rewarded and men are severely punished. Your thoughts? Okay, separate topic, but I think that a man should understand the risk before making any major decisions, military included. You know, society doesn't back us up. We back up society. Therefore, as the ultimate responsible party of your life, make the decisions accordingly, as we always done, you know, but do it informed. Do it from an informed perspective. But thanks a lot. All right, one more. Hold on. Same person. The RX, it says, granted, the population will definitely decrease if that occurs, but more men are concerned about having children in today's time. Yeah, as they should be. As they should be. Now, it's very easy to have children in this day and time. And if you want to fulfill your biological imperative, then by all means, and this is a very easy time to do so because men are penalized and women are privileged as a result. However, understand that if it's your goal to raise said kids, then that's going to be a much more difficult endeavor because you want to embark the values that you have in yourself onto your children. That's going to be difficult, even if you are in a household. Even if you are with the children's mother and you raise them together, there's still so many outside influences. So it is a very difficult question, one that I've grappled with myself. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to find other methods of child rearing, safer ones. But I'll talk about that some other time. But see, she's not a boomer. She's something else. I don't know what. I don't know if this is a millennial or a millennial, but she is something else. She is not a boomer. Why do I say that? I'm saying that to say that because she did not grow under she didn't grow up under the protection of the government. She is now looking for protection of society. Actually, I shouldn't say that. She is now getting protection of society. You see, the Irene vets and the Chrislin or the Sinjis, they understand that they sucked the government dry. Now they want to suck black men dry, even though they both have been sucking white men literally for decades. And what do you get in return, black men? Not even a goddamn sandwich. You get nothing. You get nothing. All right. Read some super chats or read some comments before I go. Let's see. Damn. Well, this chick didn't even wait to prom night. Yeah, I did too. Yeah, Dad's job was the shit. Mom, they weren't doing anything. They weren't doing anything. It tripped me out. So I'll tell y'all. My dad worked at the Naval Supply Center. He worked at the Naval Supply Center. So because it is exactly as it sounds, you know, how cool is that when you're a kid and it's a bunch of like Navy supply shit lying around? Like that's just as cool as things could get. So yeah, his job was way cooler than my mom's job. And then she like sit still. I'm a fucking kid. Don't bring your kids to work. I'm talking about sit still. There are different standards for attractive women because attractive women are just better women. Just like intelligent, strong men, wealthy men are better men. Attractive women are born with a feminine advantage over regular women. And yes, society do value them more than regular women. All right. So back to this chick. This is the first. See, this is the culmination of creating a dependent society. Hold on. Of creating a dependent society and then becoming undependable to that society. You created a mindset. You created a thinking. And that thinking is that somebody else's job to raise the children other than the person that I am sleeping with. It's somebody else's duty to raise my kids other than who I'm giving the booty to. Once you instill that thinking in people, it don't go away. It costs billions and billions of dollars to put that thinking into somebody. Like taking that away from society is like taking away 911. It's like taking away the 911 service. It's like taking away the ambulance service. This is something that people have become accustomed to, and they won't easily adapt to anything else. This young lady made decisions as if society and everyone had her back. She talked about how she expected, or I shouldn't say expected, but she would ask neighbors to check in on her kids from time to time. Like when because she said she did this all the time. And she would ask the neighbors to every hour just look in on the kids, which is a danger in and of itself because, some neighbors are, bad. Some neighbors probably shouldn't be around kids. You know what I'm saying? So this is a case of a dependent person who probably claims independent. And I'm not talking about individually. I'm talking about like the collective. We have a group of highly dependent women who claims independence. And that's because the hand that is feeding them is invisible. Patricia Brown says, if you go for an office job and you're fat, they will not hire you. They will hire a skinny girl with pretty hair that would represent them better and the company. Facts. True. Unless conditions apply. One major condition, and this is why it's always the fat chick that worked directly with the guy on top, is to not make the wife jealous. It's if you some guys don't want to even seem as if there's any improprieties. If you want to hire a woman, but you want somebody that don't look like sexual harassment, because if you hire somebody who's younger, hotter, sexier, childless, and she just pushed that red button, whether you did it or not, they're going to think you did. They're going to look at her and be like, oh yeah, you didn't do it, but you was thinking it. You didn't do it, but you was thinking it. That's what they're going to do in that case. But if you hire somebody that look like Gabrielle Sidibe, they're going to be like, nah, ain't nobody harassing you. Bitch, please, you're fired. You just got fired. Nobody's sexually harassing your fat ass. And then the wife can feel comfortable and confident that, his secretary isn't younger, hotter, sexier, childless. So those are the exceptions. Now, those are rare. And if you are old, fat, limited skill chick and you're out on the job market, good luck to you. And I don't care what you got your master's in or your MBA or something like that. You are fucked. You are fucked. You have no idea how useless you were. And this was your whole life. You had no idea how useless you were until you were no longer younger, hotter, sexier, childless. See, jobs come easy when a woman is young and beautiful. because everything was customer facing at that age. Even me at Burger King, everything was, you were being seen. Sometimes you were the face of the company and they wanted that face to be pretty face. Oh, perfect example. While contracting, you go through these temp agencies, and these headhunters, they look like supermodels. And you want to know what they do for a living? They find jobs for people like myself, and they take a cut. And that's it. They just say, you're qualified, you're hiring, we'll put the two of you together. What I'm saying, and this isn't me shitting on them, because it's very helpful, for companies who want talented employees, but what it is that a lot of people have the talent to do it. A lot of people have the talent to do it, but they hire these because people feel more comfortable working with these people. And that's both client and company. It's like, there's so many headhunters out there, because a lot of them work independently. There's so many of these people out there. Why not talk to the hottest one? Because if there's a 1% chance that you're going to hit it, then why not? Yeah, and they would hire a white chick faster than assisted too. And the white woman might not have no experience whatsoever. Oh yeah. Hate to say it, but from a corporate standpoint, white women are just better, and black women are just worse. And this isn't, this isn't something that people say openly besides myself, but this is something that's generally understood. That from a corporate standpoint, black women is the worst possible thing that you can have work for you. In every way you determine a good employee, they're the worst at it. Like, how good of an employee is this chick? She works at Little Caesars. How good of an employee is this chick? She lives across the street in a hotel, and she has 3 kids at 24. Like, if he could hire, a chick, a white chick that's blonde with braces that says, welcome to Little Caesars, can I take your order? He would, but he can't afford that. So he hired this chick. Yeah, they're just better employees. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. It stems from being better people, Patricia. And here's what I mean by that. Here's what I mean by better people. Better people do better people shit all the time, even when they're not being paid. What's better people shit? Better people shit is when you are done with the shopping cart, push the shopping cart to the park it in the, you know what I'm talking about. Stop leaving it where it lies. Stop leaving it where it lies. Take your damn shopping cart and put it up somewhere. And when you go to Burger King, take the tray and dump the garbage in the garbage can, and then put the tray on top. Fuck is wrong with you? And y'all think it's funny. Y'all think it's funny fucking with Burger King employees. Y'all think that listen, I work at Burger King. I'm in high school. I don't want to deal with this shit. Okay? I have to flip burgers. And actually, I didn't even flip it. My pride wouldn't let me flip the burgers. You want to know what I did? I kept it right side up. Whatever side the burger came out the grill on, I made sure that was the side I served it, so I could say I didn't flip it. That's what I did. That is my pride and dignity. And y'all be leaving the shit there. Y'all be leaving the shit there. Y'all just eat the shit and leave. Catch up on the placemats and everything. Better people don't do shit like that. See, every time y'all fuck with somebody, you have to say to yourself, this person is hiring. This person is going to have to hire a black woman one day. Y'all think that y'all fuck with random people on the street, don't you? Y'all think that this is just nameless, faceless white people that you'll never see again. And yes, you'll never see them again. You'll never see them again. But guess what? They're going to see somebody like you. And when it comes to hiring, they're going to remember that shit. They're going to remember that you was the one that that in the middle of the night threatened to have that white dude jumped for no damn reason. They're going to remember that you were the one that took a shit in somebody's Uber. Each and everything. See, every time that y'all do these small indiscretions, these small little piss off of society, y'all don't realize that y'all are earning a reputation for yourselves, making y'all worse to hire. And that's the good news for you. That is your good news. You want to know what your bad news is? Oh, you don't want to know what your bad news is. You don't even want to know what your bad news. The good news is that you're seen as the worst possible employees ever. That is the good news. That's the good news. Do you want to know the bad news? Do y'all really want to know the bad news? Press 1 if you want to know the bad news. Press 1 if you're ready for the bad news. Some people just don't have home training, and the way the bathroom looks and smells. I wait until I wait until I get home. Yeah. And you're supposed to be the ones training the homes. All right. Y'all want to know what the bad news is? The bad news is they know that you don't have a motherfucking choice. Oh! Oh! That is the bad news. You poked my heart. You poked my heart. Say if that Little Caesars was to hire a 24-year-old Becky with the braces and the big booty, right? Say that they were to hire a 24-year-old Becky with the braces and the big booty. The difference is how the Little Caesars manager and owner treats Becky. It's so much better. It's so much better. You want to know why? Because Becky has options. Becky can always say, oh, I don't have to take this. My husband's an engineer. I don't have to take this. My boyfriend's in med school. I don't have to take this. My dad is a dentist. I don't have to take this. Because the people in my life were smart enough to secure men in it. So I don't have to take this. You know that I either have a man that will take care of me or I can get one. Just like that. You know that about me. And I have no responsibilities. All I have to do is say, Daddy, give me. See, they know that about Becky. But you, they know that you got 3 kids and you live in a motel across the street. They say, I want you to come to work 15 minutes early unpaid, and I want you to leave 25 minutes late, unpaid. I want you to suck the hose that brings the soda into the soda machine. After work, I'm going to give you a stack of uniforms, and I want you to take it to the laundromat and wash it with your own damn quarters. What, you gonna quit? Oh, you gonna quit? You gonna quit? I know you got mouths to feed. I know you got mouths to feed. You can't shut the fuck up, nigga. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? If you were smart, you would have the life like Becky. You could have stayed younger, hotter, sexier, childless. But no, you went out and had a bunch of babies, and now you living in a motel with 3 kids. You are shit, and as shit, you get treated as such. That is what the companies that actually hire you do. That's what the people who actually hire you do. You be saying stuff like, um, excuse me, Mr. White. I don't think that I should be greeting people out here with no mask, because of the beer flu. And then he says, "Well, if you need a mask, then you bring one from your home. Well, shouldn't the company pay for it? Do you want to get fired? Do you want to get fired?" You think they don't know? You think that they don't know that you don't have a plan B? You think that they don't know that you put all your eggs into one basket, into the company's basket? They know that. You'd be like, "Yes, I want to take my maternity leave now." Oh, yes. The thing about maternity leave is, we don't actually have maternity leave. What you do is you leave your kids at home and you bring your ass to work the day after you pop the kid out. Now, if anybody asks, you say that you wasn't working or that you insisted on doing it, but really, you just leave the kids at home and bring your ass to work. Or you can leave your badge at the door and get the fuck out of my company. They treat y'all like shit. And then you come home like, "This is such a shitty job." Of course it's a shitty job. That's why they hired you. If it was a good job, they wouldn't have hired you. Fellas, here's a homework assignment. Here's a homework assignment. Go to your local junkyard. Go to your local junkyard and look at who, if a female, is working there. Out here we call it pick and pull. Y'all might call it something else. It's the place where you go to get parts from a wrecked car. You will see somebody extremely unattractive there. Extremely. And this isn't to say that as hate. This is to say that y'all fell off the template. Once word got out that y'all would rather be career women than wives and mothers, or both, society's going to react to you. They look at you and they look at somebody with no backing, and y'all sacrificed backing for shitty jobs. They think you're stupid. And they treat you as such. They treat you as such because they can. Because they can. That's don't avoid this position. Avoid this position. You could have got a sandwich. You could have got a sandwich. So, ladies, the next time a man asks you to get him a sandwich, just get it. It's in your best interest. Just get it. This is your safety blanket, your security net. Just get it. You want to be Becky? Then act like Becky. And not just when the time comes during a job interview or something like that. Act like Becky each and every single day. Every single moment, do some Becky shit. I want to hear polite and courteous voices all the time. Always. Everywhere I go and everything I do and say, I want a Becky response from you. Y'all hear me? Becky. Think Becky. Everything you do. You go to McDonald's, I want you to eat Becky. Oh, you walking down the street and somebody asks you for directions, I want you to answer Becky. Practice with each other. Like, excuse me, how do you get to Main and 23rd? Like, oh, that's easy. You just take a right there, and then you'll see a Quickie Mart, and then you take a left. You go down 2 blocks, and it'll be on your right hand side. Think Becky. I know that for some of you chicks, your initial instincts would be like, psh, you ain't paying me. Use your GPS. I know some of your instincts may be to just roll your fingers and snap and snap your fingers and roll your neck or something like that. No. Each and everything you do, I want you to say, what would Becky do? I want you to say, what would Becky do? And that's how you get the Becky perks out of life. I want you to Becky the shit out of everything. I want you to re-Becky your reputation. I want you to privately beat the shit out of every single black woman that ever appears on Maury Povich. Always. No, Charlene. You don't put up fronts until you get the bag. You put up fronts until you get the bag and thereafter. You put this front up for the rest of your life. Why? Because you are earning the reputation of your daughters. The boomers left you with a shitty reputation. No, you keep this front going for the rest of your life. That's what you do. You must get rid of this stereotype of sass and ass. And you're going to have to do this one Becky born bitch at a time. You got to do what the Asian women see. Somebody said, be more Becky. No, be more Asian. Asian women out Becky'd Becky. And black men, we got to be more. We got to be more Nigerian. Nigerian people out Chinese the Chinese. That's what you got to do. You got to out Chinese the Chinese. You got to out Becky the Becky. Find out each and every single thing Becky does and out Becky her. If you see a Becky cheerleader do a double somersault, you do a triple. You got to out Becky them. That's the thing. Got to beat them at their own game. That's what we do. Every sport that's made was made by them. And we outdo it. And when that day comes, you want to know what else comes with it? The privileges. The prime penis. The prime picket penis. The pick a prime penis. You know you want that. You know you want that. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. So be less lazy. Be less lazy. If your reputation is wherever you do less of it. I wear my pants up to the belly button just to counteract the sagging stereotype. I'm a black nerd with a sweater vest on. Got to out square the squares and you got to out Becky the Beckies. You got to out cook their cooks. You got to out fuck their sluts. That's the secret. And unfortunately, y'all have decades of bad reputation. Y'all have decades of bad reputation that y'all must reverse. It's not your fault, but don't add on to the problem. Be polite. Be polite. If you don't know how, just look at what they do. Say stuff like go to work Monday and then say something like, I'm going to the break room. Does anybody want anything? Anybody want anything from the break room? I'm heading that way. Practice offering stuff of no value to others for free. Start there. Practice offering stuff of little or no value to others for free. If you have an urge to pop a piece of gum in your mouth, don't pop it in people's ear. That's one. But two, if somebody is looking at you, pop the gum in your mouth and you have extra pieces, offer them one. Offer them one. And I know what you're thinking, but what if I want to chew this gum later? That's not the point. The point is that for the price of a 5-cent piece of gum, you are enhancing, improving the overall reputation of Black women. That is what you're doing. This is how you get out of the quicksand of reputation that you found yourself in, because right now it's shit. I'm not just talking about like, oh, this reputation is a little bit shitty. No, I'm talking about it's like as worse as it can possibly be. No, nobody wants your company. At best, you're not thought of. At worst, you're thought of. When they think of you, it's not something good. When anybody thinks of you, it's not something good. At best, people don't think about you. If I were to go to a group of non-black men, or hell, even black men, and I were to say, so my sister is having some of her friends over. It's going to be a lot of her female friends over there. You guys want to come? They'll say, "Ha, no. I want to go to a location that's full of black women. Oh, fuck no. I'll just as soon stay at home and masturbate. Thank you very much." That is where you stand right now. Do you think that that is true for the Oriental? If an Oriental was to say, "Hey, my sister and some of her sorority sisters are going to have some of her friends over tonight. You fellas are welcome to come if you want." They'll say, "Why, yes, I do want to come. And I also want to go to your shindig." Because when people close their eyes and then you say the words black woman, the image of a fat ass, obnoxious bitch come to their head. And that's not from TV. That's not from the media, both social and otherwise. Yeah, that's part of it. But the truth of the matter is, if you take somebody who never ever seen TV or anything like that, the general public behavior that y'all display is that. So that is what they picture. You have to take that picture out of their head. You got to take that you got to take that picture out of their head, and you got to put another picture in. So the next time they do that, this is what I want y'all to picture. Hold on. This is what I want people of all races to picture when they close their eyes and somebody say black women. This is what I want them to see. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. We are at. Hold on.
Torrey Pines, San Diego.
See, and this
while we were
right
walking,
here.
We were thinking, I'm here with my cousin.
Hey. This is what I want y'all to picture.
Walking, we were thinking,
this is what I want y'all to picture. Really, like out in the day with hair and shit, smiling with glasses on and big titties. This is what I want people to picture. All right, I want them to picture shit like this, stuff like this. Can you do that? Look, notice, look at this. Look at this. Look at the trail behind them. Look at the trail behind them. Notice there is no litter. There is no potato chip bags. Like as far as the eye can see, none. Y'all got vicious. So the next time somebody says, "Hey, me and my cousins are going to go on a hike. Do you want to come?" And the man will say, "Why, yes, I do." Yes, I do. Because even though I don't know what your cousin looks like, I know that they're black because you're black, and I'm gonna close my eyes, and this is what I'm gonna picture. Exactly, with pleasant friends. That I want that to be the new image of black women. That's what I want. That's what I want. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you what I mean by the new image of black women. Hold on, right quick. Fair use. See, this is the old image. That's the old image. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? This is the old image. That's not a woman, but wait till some of them come up. See? See, that's the old image. That's the image y'all used to have. That's the image that y'all used to have. Back in the day, that's the image you used to have. This right here. Hold on. That right there. That's the image that you used to have. Yep. See, y'all didn't have no complaints back then, huh? The world loved you back then, huh? That's the way you behaved back then, huh? See, look at that. Look at that. Look at them legs. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those moves with the high heels on. Yep. Hold on. See, everybody loved you back then. Everybody loved you, but then the boomers started getting strange, and then stuff started getting different. The but back in the day, when the reputation was intact, and the hair was real, and the attitude was in check, oh, things was nice, huh? Everybody was polite, huh? And the kids helped you with your groceries, huh? Everybody was nice and polite, huh? And the bosses was good to you because just like Chris Rock's dad, you could say my man got two jobs, huh? Everything was perfect back then, and these boomers done fucked it up. But you don't have to. You can unfuck it. You can unfuck what? No, they don't because they're too fat. They're too fat. Show me a situation where you get like a high concentration of B dubs and not one of them fat as hell. You must undo the reputation. Take a hike. Literally. Take the makeup off your face and then take a hike. Reinvent yourselves and then check the ones who are under the old invention of you. See, that don't matter. That don't matter. I don't care about that. You want to know why? Because it was private. It was private. It was secret. It didn't mess up the overall reputation because it was private. They were actually dancing. This wasn't an ass gyration. And they actually cooked foods that humans ate. So that's my spiel. That's my spiel on that. That's my spiel on the other chick. And yeah, so I'm done. Hold on, let me see. This is like to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats. Nigga, what? You the one always talking weird in the chat room. What's your issue, dude? What's your issue? I don't get stuff. Is that you? I think that's you. Well, talk to me later. I got a mild headache. Anyway, probably just dehydrated. Anyway, I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats. I want to thank the managers and the moderators. I want to thank those who live who are listening silently and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Oh, crap. All right, hold on before I go. Lesbian and bisexual women more at risk for obesity, study finds. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take your word for that. I'll explain my theory, but yeah, I'll explain my theory later. I'm not even gonna say that. But thanks a lot, Annabelle. I appreciate you. Wait, what? People are going to do what's celebrated and tolerated, change the music industry. I have no idea what that means. I really don't. I have no idea what you mean that people are going to do what's celebrated and tolerated. I mean, yeah, I mean, people celebrate New Year's and I do that. Like, and I guess if you don't celebrate it, you tolerate it. Like if you just like fall asleep at 8:00 on New Year's Eve and and you wake up at 12 because of the noise, you tolerate it because it's everybody else's culture. Like, like either you celebrate Cinco de Mayo here in California or you tolerate that people are going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Like, what the hell? That was just like a random nonsensical thing to say. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Why is this running through your brain? Hannibal, why is this? God damn it. God damn it. I lost my train of thought. I got a headache and shit like that. All right, managers and moderators. Oh yeah. So if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And if you have subscribed but you hadn't hit that bell, hit that bell. Once again, this is GameChanger00100. Game over. Peace.